Kari Lake, terror continues. Watch this.
But I think we should have a new election. I think that is something that should be on the table. This time run by competent people who are independent, who are not trying to bring down any particular candidate, who are unbiased. We definitely can't have Maricopa County, then these same clowns who ran this circus of an election run the next one. And I think a lot of people in Arizona want to have a new election in Maricopa County. We'll see what the court says. We really will. It will be up to the court. But we have faith in the system that when we fight this and we bring forth our great case, they will listen. It's not about me, it's about the people.
Oh no, it's all about Kari Lake. Because if it wasn't all about her, she would not be doing this. Don't pay attention to what she just said. It really is all about her. So what you just watched was a continuation of the Kari Lake calling the election a fraud. As a reminder, Kari Lake has lost this race. Let's put up these graphics. She lost the race in Arizona. There are the data points right there. Yes, it was a very close race. Get it. But baby, you lost. Get over it. Move on with your life. You lost. Dang, she lost. We definitely need to send you a message in a bottle by rail. You lost the race, baby. But she fails. She refuses to concede the race. Let's check out this headline. Arizona GOP governor candidate Kari Lake refuses to concede after loss. Now notice the headline says after loss. You know what? Because it's very clear, Kari, that you lost. Get a grip. But Kari's always played the victim. Do you remember this?
You can call us extremists, you can call us domestic terrorists. You know who else was called a lot of names his whole life? Jesus.
I'm telling you, I'm about to throw these papers again. This woman had the pure unadulterated gall to compare her plight to that of Jesus Christ. Now, I am a Christian woman from the Black liberation theology, so I am going to try not to curse, but I want to do it right now, to cuss in my on my block. That's what we call it. The woman just said, you know who else went through some drama and some trauma? It was Jesus Christ. Kari, you are no Jesus Christ, baby. And what you are enduring comes nowhere close to what Jesus endured. Get a grip, woman, please, for the love of God and everything on this earth. Get a grip. Ben?
Yeah, I think Kari's in the wrong business. She should start a winery with all this sour grapes that she has. We
gonna get us, look, Ben, we gonna get her some cheese for all that whining she doing. All that wine she got going. Get the lady some cheese.
Yeah, but I mean, in all seriousness though, this is part of like a larger fascist movement that's growing across the United States of America. Like to a certain extent, I don't even think that Kari Lake believes this. I think that Kari Lake thinks that it's useful, right? Because a lot of these Republicans, they know that the election isn't fraudulent, because this is the thing. These are the same Republicans that spend all day and night, right, trying to stop Black and brown folks across the country from voting. If they thought that the elections were rigged anyway, they wouldn't go through all this efforts to gerrymander everything, to do all this voter suppression tactics, to do like whatever games they're running in Florida where they're like trying to entrap people into like, voting as felons. Like come on. Okay, they just want to push this like overt fascist agenda. Fundamentally, these are people who want to intentionally sow distrust in the elections in order to justify using literal violence, because we have to like pair this with what's happening right now. We have terrorist attacks against queer nightclubs. We have like bomb threats that have gone into like middle schools and like hospitals that like just have queer people existing in them. This is part of a larger movement that Republicans are pushing for that we should all be wary of.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And you know what? If the team could put the graphic up again about the data point by which she lost. Because you know what, Ben? If in fact the roles were reversed and it was her with Katie Hobbs' numbers, so in other words, if Kari Lake had Katie Hobbs' number of 50.3, she wouldn't be saying that the election is a fraud. She would be saying, oh my God, I won, So it's just a further example of how far these folks will absolutely go to discredit the election and to try to have their way. But look at this. But of course, The election denying by Republicans, it is absolutely nothing new. They do this for sport. This is what they do. They try to stop it all the time. Let's look at this headline. GOP controlled county in Arizona holds up election results. Republican local officials are threatening to disrupt the final tally of midterm votes in one more sign of the politicizing elections. That is what they do, the politicization of elections. That's what they do. This is their part-time gig. This is their side hustle, putting up all this fuss over nothing. They know good and well that these elections are not rigged. Or Ben, I mean, your point, they doing the rigging. Hell, they the ones that try to rig the elections. Here we go. And now former President Donald Trump, of course, took the chance to chime in, posting this on his social media platform, Truth Social, or False Social, I should say. Massive numbers of broken voting machines in Republican districts on election day. Mechanics sent to fix them made them worse. Kari had to be taken to a Democrat area, God forbid, which was working perfectly to vote. Her opponent ran the election. This is yet another criminal voting operation. So obvious, Kari Lake should be installed governor of Arizona. This is almost as bad as the 2020. Here we go, this is it. This is almost as bad as the 2020 presidential election, which the Unselect Committee refuses to torch because they know it was fraudulent. I just can't, Ben. I'm done.
I bet Trump would compare himself to Jesus too.
I bet he would. Oh man, you really gonna get me going on that one. Yeah, he would. He probably does already. But I mean, we can't make this stuff up. This is how these Republicans are rolling. But even Meghan McCain is not having it, which surprise, surprise, surprise. Watch this.
It's so personal first. She has attacked my mother, my brother, my dad, me. I mean, and made it wildly personal things I don't want to repeat on your show because it's so gross. The election has been such a referendum on conspiracy theories and people trafficking in conspiracy theories, and election denying is a wholehearted rejection by Republicans and by the Republican Party. And I think it's a completely losing path for Republicans going forward into the general.
Well, as grandma used to say, even a broke clock is right twice a day. And Meghan McCain got that right there, Ben.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. And like, look, there's the old guard of Republicans, right? Who still at least say that they have some sort of faith in democracy. Never mind the fact that the United States has never had full voter enfranchisement. And when they mean democracy, they really mean for wealthy white folks. But all that aside, at least they're not like threatening to like completely overthrow, like what little democracy we do have.
Yeah, sometimes it is the small things that absolutely make a difference. Again, Kari, I got some advice for you. Seek help. Really, seriously, seek help. And I mean that in all sincerity. Seek help, sister. It's over. You lost. Get over it. You lost.